From the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Cassie Heiter.
Well, we had our own kind of wild going on early this morning as severe storms rolled through the state, and we had so much wind that we ended up having a trail derailment up into Fairmont, Oklahoma, and that's where Val Castor is. And Val, you've been out since very early this morning. Go ahead and tell us what's going on and what happened.
Yeah, so obviously a very powerful storm hit this train, and we're estimating probably 90 miles an hour on the winds that derailed this. There is 24 cars that are derailed here. And just to put this in perspective, Cassie, it's somewhere between a quarter of a mile and a half a mile of train cars derailed over here. The great news, no injuries, no hazardous materials. But the bad news, it's going to take a while to clean all this mess up, Cassie.
Yeah, as to be expected. Thanks so much, Val. Now let's go to Links 2, and I'm going to show you what we actually saw this morning on Action Live from our base wind velocity product. And just west of where Val is in Fairmont, we were picking up 93-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So easily 90 mile an hour as it moved through. But that was very isolated, obviously. And look at our mesonet sites. The highest one that we caught on the mesonet site was up there in Kay County. That was a 68-mile-an-hour wind gust. Lots of 40s and 50s. We had a 43 here in Oklahoma City. It barely rained here in Oklahoma. We did have a few sprinkles here and there, but we're still dealing with lots of power outages. In fact, 900 up there in Garfield County alone. 24-hour rainfall totals, most of the rain, it was heaviest and at its strongest as it moved into the Panhandle in northwest Oklahoma, but it's still now in eastern Oklahoma for the most part. Oklahoma City, we kind of missed out on a lot of it. Again, some sprinkles. We could still see some sprinkles here later today, but the general consensus is everything, most of it is going to stay just north of I-40. And then eventually we could even work in some sunshine later this afternoon. So just kind of looking at Action Live, we saw some heavy rain just to the north and east, especially over Pawnee County. Some light rain now moving out of Cushing and Yale. Some sprinkles in and around Kingfisher, Guthrie, Watonga. Some light rain just south of Thomas and over Clinton, and that is moving east on I-40. So again, there's still a slight chance we do get some very light rain here in Oklahoma City in the next hour or two. In the meantime, this is our Guthrie camera of our Lucky Star Skycam network. Mostly cloudy, 72 degrees. Big difference from where we were this time yesterday, especially across north. Lots of mid and upper 60s, but we still have some low 80s along the Red River. There's where the cold front is. It's actually pushed a little bit farther to the south. So a lot of north wind between about 15 to 25 miles an hour, and that's going to keep temperatures on the lower side as we go throughout the day today. So much needed break from the heat. You can see all the heat advisories. They're now pretty much out of the state. And as we get into the weekend tomorrow, it's going to be another lovely summer day. Temperatures back in the 80s. And as we get into Saturday and into Sunday, there's still going to be just a slight chance of rain and storms, especially really in the far western half of the state and maybe far northeast Oklahoma. Most of us will end up staying dry, but this doesn't last forever. As we get into next week, the heat dome does come back. We're going to shut off those rain chances, and it is looking very hot. Temperatures back in the mid and upper 90s. Today, though, we're shooting for a high of about 82 degrees. Could stay in the 70s, though, and north central and northwest Oklahoma. Overnight tonight, going to be pretty pleasant. Temperatures dropping down into the 50s in Woodward, but low 60s here in Oklahoma City. Tomorrow afternoon, not a bad day. It's going to be a good day to be outside, but by Sunday, we do start to warm things back up. We're going to have a south wind between 5 to 10. Temperatures in the low 90s here in Oklahoma City, about 91 in Ponca City, 94 in McAllister, 94 degrees down there in Durant. But next week, again, I really don't see any rain chances for the next several days. We do see temperatures in the upper 90s. However, we're going to wish that hopefully those 10 and 20% chances, they start to ramp up a little bit more. But for now, it's looking just dry and hot. We'll be right back.